All right, our proposed capital improvement projects for the new budget in 2021, which starts July 1st. These are a couple of projects that we're looking at. The bunker renovation over at Desert Trails, and this is similar to the project that we've done in the past. And this will be the last of the 7 golf courses that we do a renovation of the bunkers, meaning new sand and new drainage. We are going to make a few changes over there at Desert Trails. It's not going to be anything close to what we did at Stardust. If you've played Stardust, you know we made some really drastic changes with the bunkers over there, convert them from sand over to grass bunkers. Has anybody played over at Stardust?
Yes.
Okay, the change is good, bad?
Good.
Okay. That's good to hear. All right, we have a shoreline project for number 18 over at Pebblebrooke also, and then putting green renovation, leveling of the putting green at Pebblebrooke. And if you've been to Pebblebrooke, you know that's quite a severe slope on that putting green. And so we're not going to make it completely flat, but we are going to level it a little bit. So there are some level spots on the putting surface. Some more projects, capital improvement. These are funded. These are money that it's already set aside, so it doesn't need it. It's been approved already, so the money's ready to go. So we'll start these projects first this summer when they close on May 26th. And that's driving range T leveling at Pebblebrooke. As you know, we did the range T over at Deer Valley last summer, and I think that was a big improvement. We've got some good grass over there. Always have good grass over there. We're not running out of usable T space, especially this time of the year, so that's a good thing. At Pebblebrooke, we're struggling to have grass on that T because of the 2 levels, and I'll show you a picture in just a minute. And then shoreline repair on number 8 green complex at Pebblebrooke too. We're going to redo that. It already has a block wall on it. It's kind of outdated, so we're going to make some improvements over there on that green complex at Pebblebrooke. Okay, our bunker renovation. We have 30 bunkers, about 77,000 square feet of total bunkers over at Desert Trails. We've budgeted $290,000 for this project, which includes new sand and drainage and a little bit of reshaping. It is, as I mentioned, the last of the 7 golf courses. The next bunker project is scheduled for Trail Ridge. That was the first one that we did. So we'll go back to Trail Ridge in the year 2027. We put a average useful life on the bunkers and the drainage of about 13 years. Now that we might be able to get more as we get closer to that 13 years. We might decide, well, we can get 14 or 15 years out of that. And our goal is to improve playability. And just like all the other projects that we've completed on the bunkers, we do this in-house. We do it with our own staff, and we have a savings of $138,000. What I did is I went out to bid, gave them the scope of work that we'd be doing over at Desert Trails this year, and they said, here's the bid. And so by us doing it in-house, we're saving about $138,000, and we've done all of our bunkers in-house. So I would venture to say that we're probably up around $800,000 savings in total over the years that we've done our own bunkers. Okay, shoreline repair, we budgeted $221,000 this year, and that's to install 1,200 square feet of split-face block wall. If you played over at Trail Ridge, the last one that we did was on number 17 green complex on the left-hand side. Hopefully you've noticed that. That was a big improvement, not only for the aesthetics of that hole, but also for the playability. And it does control erosion, water, and it is a water conservation project and playability. As you can see, the bottom right picture is the one that we did last year over at Trail Ridge on 17. This is just an aerial view of the green complex over at Pebblebrooke. You can see how jagged the shoreline is. We've lost probably between 10 and 12 feet of shoreline, of grass shoreline over the years, just due to erosion. So putting a hard edge around that lake is really going to help. And again, that's going to help us as it comes to conserving the water as well. And this picture here, this was off of Google Earth, but it really tells the story of how much shoreline that we've lost over the years. You can see the darker brown color outside of the water around the edge. That's where we've lost due to erosion. So the blue is the actual contour of the lake. So you can see how that over the years, 30-some years, has actually expanded out. and we've lost a lot of ground. Okay, the branch T over Pebblebrooke, doesn't have to do with my artwork, but you can tell the line on the back, you can see where over the years of top dressing that T and repairing the divots, you can see it has a slope from the back up to the front, and then you have the downslope, the two levels, so you lose all that ground. That's what I call unusable T space. We have to mow it, we have to water it, seed it, fertilize it, and all that, but you can't use it on the driving range T. And then when you get to the lower level, that also slopes up, so it's kind of uneven on all levels of that range T. So what we're going to do is come in and flatten that, just like what we did over Deer Valley and the other. And we're looking at having usable T space of about anywhere from 22 to 23,000 square feet of usable T space. So that's going to more than double the T space that we have over there today. So that's going to really help. Like I said, if you go over there right now, you're hard pressed to find any really good turf to practice from. So once we do this, I think it guarantees that we're always going to have good turf, even in the high season. And then the putting green renovation at Pebblebrooke. Just a little bit of detail. We're going to enlarge the putting surface. We have 6,100 square feet of putting surface over there right now. It looks like we could actually increase that to about 8,800 square feet. So that's going to help. At the same time, you have a practice green that's a little bit larger. You have more cupping areas. You don't have all that traffic on there or concentrated traffic in those areas. That's a big help for us. So we'll level the putting surface. At that time, we'll install new drainage and irrigation, and then regrass it with sod 328 sod. And so we should be good to go. All right, just a couple other projects, and these aren't capital projects, but these are projects that are funded out of the operating budgets. And that's a car path modification over Desert Trails on number 13. If you've played over there on 13, you know that the car path is a long distance away from the green. And so people don't even use the car path. They'll just take an off ramp and they'll go down by the green and wears that area out. So we're looking at putting a new car path in that area. We'll still keep the concrete car path, but we'll just have an offshoot of the current car path. Also at Pebblebrooke on number 13 green, we're looking at doing the same thing, that blacktop, where we would remove that and kind of push it out away from the green a little bit. And then green tea leveling at Pebblebrooke, similar to what we did at Deer Valley this past summer. And then both courses are scheduled to close on Tuesday, May 26th, and then reopen after the overseeding, the fall overseeding. I can't remember what that date is, but I believe it's sometime early October. All right, here's our golf maintenance 5-year plan. And of course, in 2020, upcoming summer, you can see we have the bunker renovation at Desert Trails, Pebblebrooke, the shoreline repair, and range tee leveling. And then we get into 2021, we have a shoreline repair over at Stardust. That will be the last shoreline that we do over there. All the others currently have a hard edge on those. And then we get into the big project, the irrigation and turf reduction. And I'm going to talk about that in just a little bit with the next presentation. But that's scheduled for Grandview in 2021. And then in 2022, we also do a irrigation and turf reduction plan over at Echo Mesa, shoreline repair at Trail Ridge on 14. And then we go over to Deer Valley. You're closed in the summer of 2023. We're looking at doing shoreline repair on number 7. And this is a ways out, so we may try to include some other lakes besides number 7, but as we get closer to that, we'll determine which ones we'll do. And then we're closed at Desert Trails again, shoreline repair on number 14. And to finish it out on the 5-year, 2024, we have an irrigation and turf reduction plan over at Pebblebrooke. And then we do the planning stage for Stardust. And then we actually do the irrigation and turf reduction plan at Stardust in the year 2025. All right, each year we acquire new replacement equipment for our golf courses. I kind of broke this out by golf course, but you can see that we have greens mowers, fairway mowers, bank mowers, rough mowers. We also have utility carts, light and heavy duty. And then we have sprayers, we have the greens rollers, turf fax tractors, and bed knife grinders, all included in the turf or in the equipment replacement plan. So our total replacement cost this year, we're looking at $931,000 for all, actually it's 6 golf courses. If you look, you see that Stardust is not receiving any new equipment this year. Desert Trails seems to be getting the bulk of it at $232,000. And so it's an average of about $155,000 per golf course for the 6 golf courses for our replacement plan this year, or about 5 units of new equipment per golf course. And so with the 31 units scheduled for replacement, this is all on the reserve study. I'm sure you've heard about the reserve study in the past when we're talking about the budgets. This is all on the reserve study. Okay, just a summary of our capital projects. Capital project costs $601,000 this year. Equipment replacement, again at the $931,000. So our total capital expenditures for the 2021 budget is $1.5 million.